Hello, everyone. Well, most of us are feeling burnt out because of COVID for the last couple of years, cooped up in our homes and all kind of strange news that's happening. And that's why we wanted to bring this topic today. How do we prevent burnout? That's number one. And if we are burnt out, what do we have to do to get out of it? And that's the topic with Margo. Margo is a Qigong teacher as well as yoga instructor and meditation and a health coach joining me live from New Jersey. Namaste, Margo. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Thank you for having me.
Great. So let's just understand, how do we prevent before we reach a burnout stage? And what exactly, when you say burnout, how do you define burnout, right?
Right. So burnout is such a hot, unfortunately, topic, specifically in these times with COVID and everything that we've all gone through for the last 2 years. So burnout can be defined as chronic stress syndrome that doesn't go away, and that it's this uncontrollable stress condition that leads to chronic depletion of energy and exhaustion, and it can lead to mental, psychological, and physical syndromes. And we hear a lot about adrenal fatigue recently, right? Chronic fatigue, burnout. So these are different syndromes, but I think they fall under the same umbrella, that a person who experiences any type of these diseases is exhausted, wakes up and doesn't feel like doing anything. Sometimes these people are depressed. They just don't feel like waking up. And any little problem, like everyday little problems, are overwhelming. And unfortunately, with the fast-paced world we live in right now, with technology, we all have to live faster, right? Work harder, faster. We are expected to work 24/7, right? Like it's completely different world than our parents or even myself, right? I'm in my 40s. Like my work is completely different than in the 90s. I grew up with paper. Right now, everything is electronic, which is wonderful, even the fact that we're talking, but it causes a lot of stress on us, the fact that we cannot unplug. So when a person feels more tired than usual and that exhaustion does not go away, when a person feels overwhelmed by just everyday, challenges, when a person feels like things that should bring some joy don't bring us any pleasure, these are warning signs that there is something going on. And burnout is something that we work on for years. It doesn't show up all of a sudden. It's something that we all work for a long time. So I think the most important thing is to be aware. In order to prevent, the most important thing is to be aware what causes burnout, right? Because there is stress, and stress, let's not forget, stress is actually a good thing in little doses, because stress makes us wake up every day, go to work, do things. It's that stress that doesn't go away, the chronic stress, that causes a lot of trouble and a lot of health issues, right? Because if we're too relaxed, we're in permanent sympathetic stage of our nervous system, we wouldn't be able to live. So let's not forget that stress is okay. The chronic stress is bad. So, but what causes burnout particularly? So many times it's workplace, right? So we have to take a look at our life in general and be aware what causes burnout. So work. Do we work too much? Do we work in chaotic environment with too many demands, crazy deadlines, something that we don't have control over? A job also that is not only demanding, but also a job that is boring, like when we have no control over our jobs, that can cause burnout. Lifestyle factors. Do we work too much? Do we give ourselves a break? Are we too hard on ourselves? Personalities that are prone to burnout are type A, super people who want everything to be perfect, these perfectionists. So I think once we are aware of what causes it, we can prevent it, right? So I think the most important thing is to assess our days, our weeks, how we spend our time. Do we work too much? Do we give ourselves a break? Do we practice loving kindness to ourselves? Like there's so many wonderful practices we can do, but I feel like a lot of people just, especially in this crazy time, we push ourselves. We push ourselves, we push our bodies, we work too much, we don't give ourselves a break, and then our body reaches a point of a burnout and exhaustion. So I know we will talk about what to do when you hit a burnout stage, but I think the most important thing in order for us to prevent burnout is to be aware of these factors, observe ourselves, and of course, live a healthy lifestyle and just sometimes be good to ourselves. Okay, I'm tired. I need to go to bed today earlier. These are the most important things. Just be good to ourselves, live a healthy lifestyle, and observe ourselves and be committed to health. Because many times I have clients that say, yeah, I want to change, I want to live a healthy lifestyle. And then, it turns out it's too much work, because I tell everyone, wellness is work, wellness is commitment. It's not having a one, little meal here and there that is healthy, exercising. It's this holistic approach to lifestyle. And wellness does require a lot of work and a holistic approach. So on a high level, I would say this is the most important. Realize what causes burnout. Give ourselves a break. I think that's the most important. Give yourselves a break and be good to yourselves and to your body.
Okay, so I know you infuse Qigong, yoga, meditation, and Chinese medicine, right?
Yeah.
So if you could give, just spend 2-3 minutes giving some tips to, if someone has reached a burnout stage, what can they do or prevent the burnout? Simple Qigong exercises, simple yoga, whatever you think.
Yeah, so, well, first of all, if somebody is, doesn't feel good and reaches that state, the most important thing is to go and seek medical help. That's number one. Although I am a Eastern medicine practitioner, I think it's very important because there can be so many underlying issues. So it's very important to check for mineral deficiencies, food sensitivities. But the most important part, apart from going to a doctor, is lifestyle and this healthy lifestyle. And the practices that you mentioned that I practice and teach are so powerful. So in Chinese medicine, it's a broad topic. Burnout means that our kidney qi is depleted. Kidney energy is responsible for our life energy. I mean, qi is just like prana, is our life force, but kidneys store our jing, our essence. And when we reach state of burnout, that means that kidney energy is depleted. So we have to do, we have to address that. So Qigong for this type of condition would be concentrating on kidney energy most. So I'm happy to share later specific Qigong exercises for kidney, but for kidney energy. However, like you mentioned, yoga, also very important. I think also what's very important to remember is that all of us are unique. Every person is unique. And as a health coach, I cannot say that what works for me is going to work for anyone else. Everyone is unique and has to find what works for them. For some people, it'll be yoga. For some people, it'll be Qigong. For some people, it'll be something else. But there's some strategies that everyone can implement. It is these mind-body exercises that you mentioned, because they promote our life force, whether it's prana, whether it's chi, very powerful. I personally, it was a life-changing experience for me when I started practicing Qigong. Another important practice is meditation, breath work, right? Everyone is aware of the advantages of these practices, but many times the burnout is a cause of chronic stress. So we have to address stress, and all of these practices, they reduce stress and our body's response. So like that's my, in a nutshell, approach from Eastern medicine, how to address burnout. But apart from this, I think the most important thing is to really make a commitment to healthy lifestyle, make priorities, health as a priority, what's most important in your life, and design the whole new routine, which includes comprehensive mind-body exercises, healthy diet, breath work, many other things that the person can do.
Okay, so could you maybe do a small Qigong exercise? I don't know, is that possible?
Sure. So let me see.
A small demo. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see me?
Perfect. It's perfect.
Okay, let me think. So there is so many things we can do. I would do 2 actually exercises, if you allow me. Please. So with a person, so my favorite one is, which I give to everyone, and I practice every day at work, is shaking like a tree. So it's like literally shaking. So what it does, it's a Taoist cleansing exercise. Our meridians are all over the body. So just by this shaking, we're stimulating all these meridians. We're stimulating our chi. We're massaging our organs. I'm like, you can do more shaking here. But after doing this exercise for about 5-10 minutes, a person should feel rejuvenated. And it's truly stress reducing exercises. I literally give it to my clients, and I do it at work in my office. When I'm super stressed, when I'm too tired, I just shake. So we had with my coworkers, let's shake the tree, and we just shake. So that is wonderful, and I recommend it to do 5 minutes. Qigong is wonderful because it doesn't require any special equipment. It doesn't require any special, you can just wear whatever, even jeans. So shaking like a tree is one. And then the other, like my first teacher used to say, so there are 3,000 types of Qigong, tons of exercises, but there is one particular that was recommended for when a person is super tired. And it looks like this. You know what, it's called connecting with the universe or gathering from the universe. It is in many Qigong exercises where we stand in Wuji posture. Basic Qigong posture is Wuji. We have our hands in front of our lower dantian, which in Chinese medicine, we have chakras in yoga. In Qigong, we have 3 dantians, lower dantian that stores our energy. And what we do is we extend, too close to we gather, I'm too close to we gather from the universe the energy. This is what it looks like. We extend to the side our arms, and we gather that energy to our dantian. This exercise too, and Qigong is very powerful when you use visualizations. That's when we have a Qigong class, I'll explain, because there are many components for Qigong to be to work. Breath work, it's posture, it's visualization. But the other, on the physical level, this is a wonderful exercise because we're massaging our spine and our nerves, everything goes along the spine. So by doing these twists in a very slow, controlled way, we massage our spine very gently in all the vertebrae, and we massage our digestive organs, we squeeze our kidneys. So, and this, like my first teacher says, this is a wonderful exercise when somebody feels exhausted, when somebody is depleted. So do this for 5 minutes with deep breaths. So these are my two top that I would recommend for when a person feels depleted.
Now, I think this is great. Well, thank you so much. This is supposed to be a quick 10-minute session that we bring on a daily basis, just to get ourselves charged up, right? Just to boost.
Yes, and I could stop. I'm sorry, I kind of, but I can talk about it for hours probably about burnout, because like I mentioned earlier, it's my topic close to my heart. So yeah.
Absolutely. So we are bringing the workshops within this month, within this year, I should say that. So stay tuned, everyone. Until then, have a great week and don't get yourself burned out. That's all I have to say.
That's right. Prevent
the burnout. Thank you. Thank you, Margo, for being with us. And
thank
namaste.
you.